That's good, isn't it? I had my mic mute. There, I can't even speak. My mic muted, but I will start again. Welcome to the Man United agenda. As you can see, I am on my own. I want as much interaction from the chat as possible, and we'll try and get through this as painless as possible, despite my wonderful start, which is fantastic. Hope everybody is well. I want to say a couple of big ups. So big up to Rebel. Big up to Titanium, Andrew Williams. Who else we got in here? Stephanie Griffith, Mr. B. Hope you are all well. Hope you're enjoying your football wars, Mr. B. That's the one. So let's get into it. Like I said, I want to hear your comments as well, guys, on this. We'll have a bit of back and forth. We will try our best. So let's get straight into it. As you can see, Antony wants out. So we have seen that Antony is prepared to take a 30% wage cut this summer to permanently leave Manchester United. So, okay. I'm not going to go into that. So 30% wage cut. Obviously, this Antony's wanting out of Manchester United. On loan last season, did very, very well in La Liga. It's not quite worked out for him at Manchester United. And I think this is one of the players really we need to have a look at getting out of the club. It was a big investment. We're obviously not going to make that money back. I think we need something like £33 million to try and break somewhat even. That was passed over to me by Rebel a couple of hours ago. So I want to get your guys' thoughts on this. After his very, very good season in La Liga, what do you think we should do? Like I said, it's not been a fantastic career at Manchester United. Was the league too hard for him? Does he just not fit into the Premier League? It's an interesting one. Now, we don't know where he's going to go. It's really credible of him, saying that he's going to take a 30% wage cut. Fantastic stuff. I think a couple of other players need to have a look at what he's doing there and also join up with him in that regards, not mentioning any names, but we will get into some of those people later. I think people are just talking about cricket in the chat. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think about Antony. Where would be the best place for him to go? I think, if we get a decent 20, 25 million, I think we should let him go. As much as I liked him, I think we need to let him go, unfortunately for him. But yeah, what it is, unfortunately. Jadon Sancho, here we go. I mean, this is going to rumble on all summer, isn't it? Let's be honest. Reports coming out of Italy of a rumoured €25 million bid for Sancho. This has come from Di Marzio. And he's also published a piece that Juve has started the conversation for the player. Again, this is one of the players that needs to take a leaf out of Antony's book, I think. He's already come out and said that he's completely unwilling to take a pay cut. He wants his money. Do Juve have that kind of money? I don't think they do. I don't think they've got the money to give Jadon Sancho £320,000 a week or whatever stupid money is on. And I think this is going to be a massive, massive issue constantly this window for Manchester United, trying to offload a player that clearly does not want to be at Manchester United. Now, I know some people have been saying, let's give him another chance. Let's give him a chance under the new manager. Maybe stuff's going to work with him here. It's done. Come on. Let's be real here. Sancho's burnt every bridge possible, I think, at United, and he needs to go. And Andy's right. We will probably end up paying his wages to probably go and sit in the reserves or possibly out on loan again. But we'll have to wait and see. I don't know how accurate this is. Yeah, exactly, Titanium. Is Sancho interested in Juve? I think if Juve gives Sancho the money, 'cause that's all he seems to be interested in is the money, isn't it? Then yes, I think he might be interested. But like what Matt is saying here, he's saying Sancho will be here this season. No club will pay transfer fee plus wages for a player in the final year of the contract. And that is another massive, massive issue that Manchester United are facing. I mean, I'm just going to read a couple more comments here. Bart is saying, if I were Ineos, in order to give Amarin the best chance to succeed, I'd sell Garnacho, Sancho, Rashford, and Antony before mid-July, even if the club has to take a hit. 100%. I'm obviously with you there. I'm 100% with you there. Sancho does need to go, yeah. Sancho go. Yes, 100% he needs to go. I want to say a big up to the boss Solo, who's in here now as well. We'll have to see what happens with this. Like I said a couple of times already now, Sancho's wages are the biggest issue. He's come out and said it several times. He's not going to take a wage cut. I think the Saudi League might be a good way for him to go because obviously they're going to pay stupid money. But is Sancho willing to go to the Saudi League at this stage of his career? I don't know. Again, it's one that we're just going to have to wait and see about, unfortunately. I will go through some comments after this next one. So, United are preparing, should I say, for the possibility of sending Marcus Rashford out on loan for the entirety of next season. So, obviously, he has fallen out with Ruben Amorim, who sent him on loan to Aston Villa, and it looks like they might be sending him out again. Rashford has said he wants Champions League football, and apparently today it has been reported that he has been offered to Real Madrid, which I find quite laughable. Honestly, Marcus Rashford to Real Madrid. Yeah, I don't see this happening at all. I think he would be very, very lucky to even get a move to Madrid. But again, this is going to become another issue. He's another player that's not wanting to drop his wages, and he's not wanted at the club. I think it's been clearly made out by Ruben Amorim that he has no desire to use Marcus Rashford in his plans going forward. Now, this is obviously going to cause a lot of issues. Marcus Rashford has a very big fan base in United. I know there's Team Rashford and Team Sancho's and Team everybody. Mbappe and Vinicius sweating. I don't think they are, to be fair. But what do you guys think here? Is this sending Marcus Rashford out on loan for the entirety of next season? Because we will probably end up paying his wages as well. Is this the right move just to try and get him away so he's not interfering with anything that happens? Or do we need to somehow force him out of the club? Now, again, wages are going to be a massive issue. Massive issue. But yeah, I want to know what you guys think on that. I'm going to go through a couple of comments here as well, just so we break things up a little bit, so I'm not throwing news at you. We have got Bart saying, I'll be surprised if Garnacho's reported sale doesn't kickstart a bidding war. Ideally, you should sell him 35 to 40 million with a hefty selling clause. I think they're wanting somewhere around 60 to 70 million for Garnacho. I think that's the rumoured price. I know Spurs were looking at him, but they think the price is too much at the moment. Matty is saying Flamengo are beating Chelsea 3-1. Nice. But again, is Sancho a big enough name for the Saudi League? I ain't the same stratosphere as Hendo. Wow. Whatever. Okay. Andrew Williams is laughing. Solo's saying big up Stephanie. Sancho holds all the cards. Why move if he doesn't have to and still get paid? This is exactly the thing, Stephanie. Exactly the thing. This is the issue that United are going to be facing with quite a few of the players this season. by the looks of it. Sancho, Rashford. Again, I'm trying to think who else there's plenty in there that we need to get rid of. And it's a case of the fact they hold all the power. We need to physically remove these players. Physically. I want to say a big up to Andrew Williams. He's saying we need to get him out. Loan is most realistic. I think that is the way we're going to go, Andrew. I don't see any club paying a fee and his wages at all. And it's a bit coincidental in it that Rashford is now being offered to Madrid now that Barcelona no longer want him. I don't think Madrid are going to even look at this deal, if I'm honest, because why take a player of Rashford's ilk when he's not been really performing? That's just my opinion. Anyway, big up to Rebel. Rebel saying Marcus had a lot of pressure on him, starting to think the press have had an agenda to make a clown out of him. Madrid, Castilla would be the only place he would get a game there. Obviously, on about Madrid's B team. Bart saying try and sell Rashford to Napoli. I don't think that's going to happen at all. Stephanie, both Rashford and Sancho will run down their contracts and leave on a free transfer, just like Lindegaard and Pogba. She hopes she's wrong. I hope you're wrong too. I really, really do. Rebel again saying Sancho to Juve might come off. He's talking to Stephanie. We might have to take Vlahovic for him, though. I don't know how I'd feel about that. To be honest with you. There are strikers out there that I would prefer over Vlahovic. But, yeah, I mean, if it's getting Sancho off the books, I can't see it being much of an issue at all. Andrew again saying the most natural fit for him is Spurs, but I don't think Frank will fancy him. Yeah, from what I've apparently seen or heard from other channels and newspapers and all this kind of stuff, is Spurs are very interested. It's the asking price we have. Because I know they've been linked with Rashford as well, but again, that's his wages that'll stop him from making that kind of move at all. Big up to Patrick. How are you doing, buddy? Hope you are well. What has really hurt us with Rashford, Sancho, Garnacho is that none of them have really played well enough to get the move. We need Sancho and Rashford to really shine. Yes, we do. And unfortunately, they're not going to get the chance to do that at Manchester United. I mean, it doesn't matter what Sancho does this coming season, simply because he's out of contract soon. So he's going to go on a free unless we sell him this window or January. Well, January, I think he can talk to clubs. So yeah, we've got this window to sell him to make any kind of money off of him. This is the big issue. Rashford, I think we've got a little bit more time. And obviously Garnacho's only young, so he's got a little bit more longevity. And I think he's got quite a bit left on his contract with us as well. I might be wrong there, but yeah. Let's have a look here. Rebel saying Rashford going on loan would be a nightmare move. We still end up paying his wages and get next to nothing in a loan fee. I'd leave him training on his own away from the Carrington first. Well, that would be a way to force him. This is what I think I've said before on here. You need to be like pushing him to want the move. Mentioning that he's not going to get any game time, which means he's not going to get into the England squad for the World Cup. And this all starts piling up on him. And yeah, we need to start forcing these players out. Now, I don't think that works with Sancho, simply because I don't think Sancho cares. I think he just wants his paycheck at the end of every single week or every month, whenever it is they get paid. And he's more than happy to go home and sit on his PlayStation or whatever he does and play FIFA. So that's the issue there. Yes, we have 24 people in here. Please do make sure to like. If you are new here, subscribe as well. We are going to be doing a giveaway. We are on the road to 4K. So once we get there, we'll obviously be doing a giveaway of a Manchester United shirt of your choice from the next season. So do get involved in that and become a member, as we will be doing a giveaway as well. More details will come out in the future, but it is a members only giveaway of a signed Brian Robson shirt. And it will come with a certificate of authenticity as well, guys. So make sure to get those memberships in as well. So let's go and talk about the next person here. And this relates to somebody we have spoken about recently, and that is Andre Onana. Now, apparently, Monaco are reported to be interested in the possibility of signing Manchester United shot stopper Onana. Now, this has come out recently. I think it was literally maybe the last 12 hours this has come out, maybe less, that Monaco are looking at the possibility of doing this deal. And this has probably come on the back of the news of the Martinez is open to joining Manchester United. I still think that this won't happen. Part of me thinks Onana's going to be here next year, which isn't filling me with much confidence. Now, we've seen the errors he has had over the last year, but Rebel shared some interesting stats about Martinez, and it actually showed that Martinez has made more errors than Onana in goals, and I think there's loads of other stats. If I had the time, I would have put it up, to be fair. But what do you think in regards to this, guys? Monaco possibility of signing Onana. Obviously, we might be getting Martinez. I can see Andrew Williams saying I would drive him there myself. Martinez, though, 40 mil they're talking about. That's a madness, 100%. I'd go for about 20 mil for Martinez. I'd probably pay about 20 mil for him. And the other thing we're going to look at as well is either way. So let's say he goes. This might be fake news. It's just what I've seen. So I've obviously thought I'd bring it to you guys. But from what I've seen, obviously, Martinez will be missing the Arsenal game, regardless, because of the red card. So that's a massive problem, because we still need a very good number 2 to come in, regardless if Martinez comes in or not. And obviously, Onana goes and plays in the AFCON. So we're going to lose him for, is it 6 weeks, the AFCON? Either way, we need to bring in there you go, 7 games for AFCON. Big up Rebel for putting that in there. So either way, we need a very, very good goalkeeper to come in. Now, in regards to goalkeepers, I was sent this earlier as well, that Ruben Amorim likes Marco Konashevsky. I cannot say his last name, so I butchered that. But apparently he's liked the most, and Amorim would like him in to replace Onana at Old Trafford. This is obviously the Atalanta goalkeeper. Again, doesn't really fill me with much confidence. I'd rather we go for the Porto goalkeeper, Costa, if we're going to spend big on a goalkeeper. I mean, a little bit about this guy. He's 24 years old, 34 appearances last season, 34 goals conceded, 13 clean sheets. I mean, I know I made him sound Polish. I can't say his last name. I'm going to just call him Marco. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah. I'm not convinced about this lad at all, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. His value is about 25 million euros. So I'd say about 22 million pounds, give or take a few. I'm just trying to look at his stats. He's played 85 games for Cremonese, 105 goals conceded, 21 clean sheets. I mean, if you actually look at his stats, it's not fantastic reading. I do have his stats up on the other screen. So it's not fantastic reading. I've never seen Costa have a good game. I don't really know anything about Costa, if I'm going to be honest with you, Andrew. I've not really seen much of him at all. I might have caught the 1 or 2 games, but not as much. And Carnacey, it might be. I'm just going to call him Marco. But I've not really seen much about Marco either. I've done my little bits of research, obviously, for this show. He's never made a cap for Italy either. He has capped at, I think, Italy under 21s 22 times. I don't know how I feel about this. Now, it could be one of those things where he comes across and it takes a bit of time to adapt and then becomes great. Or, it could be a Vicario situation where he's okay and he isn't. Or maybe he just turns out to be a Barthez or somebody like that. Verbruggen, yes, I would take Verbruggen, Stephanie. I like him. He's a very, very good goalkeeper, in my opinion, as well. I think I got one more slide. Yes, here we go. Again, this, I don't know whether it's true or not. This is from Man United Addicts. They have put this out, that Manchester United have placed Mason Mount up for sale for a price of £25 million. Mason Mount had his good moments with us. Struggled with injury as well. Would you let Mason Mount go for £25 million? Now, I just need to double check on how much we actually paid for Mount, because I can't remember. Oh, what's this here? Apparently, this is from Football Insider as well. This is from Football Insider. Aston Villa accelerate Mason Mount deal as Manchester United to accept the offer. This is from a journalist called Mick Brown, and it states Aston Villa are plotting a move to sign Mason Mount if he is allowed to leave Manchester United, according to their former chief scout. Mick Brown, who has worked at Old Trafford for over a decade during the club's most successful period, remains very well connected within the game, as he exclusively told Football Insider that Unai Emery is a massive admirer of the 26-year-old. What do you think, guys? What do you think? 25 million fair price, or do you believe we should get a bit more? And do you think he would go to Aston Villa? I mean, I think he's on decent wages as well, Mason Mount, to be fair. Let's have a quick look here, if I can find his wages. I mean, it's literally everywhere at the minute, this Mason Mount thing. Have I missed something here? Is it further on than what I think? So his valuation is 28 million euros. That's his evaluation, 28 million euros. His wages, 13 million a year, £250,000 a week. Do Villa have that money? Or maybe we're not looking at it this way. Maybe this is possibly a swap thing. Martinez for Mount. Would anybody be happy with that? Martinez for Mount? Will that cover us PSR? I'm not too sure, to be honest with you, mate. See, this is the issue when you're on your own. So 60 million in total we paid for Mason Mount. Oh, Watkins, that is a good shout, Chat Sport. How you doing, buddy? Big up. Yeah, swap with Mason Mount, swap for Watkins. How would people think with that? Would that work? What would people be happy with? I'm going to put this question out to you. Can Luke Shaw go with him? I don't think they're interested in Luke Shaw. I'm going to put this question out to you guys. What is a fair deal for Mason Mount? Now, I know a lot of people like him. I know a lot of people dislike him. But I want to know your guys' opinion on Mount. Do you want to keep him? Should he be sold? I can see people are putting in 55 million, 60 million, 55 to 60 million for Mount. 40 mil is a fair valuation. Rashford and Mount for Watkins, job done. Next, we're giving Villa too much there. If it were Rashford and Mount for Watkins and Martinez, then yeah, you know. A bag of crisps plus Shaw. That's a good deal, that. That's a great deal. 20 to 30 million by Chat Sport. Does Mount count as a homegrown player? I think Mason Mount is classed as homegrown. I will double check for you. Yes, Mason Mount is considered a homegrown player. He is considered as a homegrown player, yes. I think 30 is fair. He hasn't shown any fitness. Now, this is the issue I've had with Mason Mount is his lack of fitness. Because he has had quite a bit of time out from United. I'm sure I can find his injury record somewhere. There we go. So we'll go through. Shaw would eat the crisps. I'm guessing people don't like Luke Shaw. It's fine. So Mason Mount, since joining United, was out for 38 days with an unknown injury. Then 111 days with a calf injury. 23 days with a hamstring injury, and then another 89 days with a hamstring injury. So that's 20, 23, 44. He's missed 50 games for Manchester United since signing. 50. That is ridiculous. Now, I think him and Luke Shaw have been keeping the NHS very, very busy, haven't they, last season? I think those two have single-handedly kept the NHS or private NHS running, because I think Luke Shaw has been out for just about the same amount of games. I will double check. I hate it when he does this. So Luke Shaw, oh God, 40, 60, 68. Jesus, 84 games. God. Luke Shaw, last season he had a muscle injury, a thigh problem, a muscle injury, a knee injury, a calf injury, and a muscle injury. That's just last season. Since the 19 and 20 season, he's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15. 294 days in the 24-25 season he was out for. Missing 62 games. So, yeah, he's missed basically 2 full seasons. Well, he's missed more than 2 full seasons. Oh, dear. So that's another player we need to get rid of, but I think we're going to be stuck with him. And I haven't got a thing for this. The last one I want to talk about as well, because I'm going to wrap it up. Like I said, it's just me. It's just a little show just to get it out to you guys. Garnacho. What do we do with Garnacho? I did mention it earlier. Spurs were interested. However, they think the price tag is too much. Garnacho wants to stay in England. He's made it very, very clear he wants to stay in England. How would people be if he was to stay in England? Sell Garnacho to whoever? Really? Stephanie's saying, I always thought Mount was signed as a Bruno successor. Eventually, he ain't even getting game time. No, he's not, unfortunately. Luke Shaw is changing his name to Lucky Shaw. Luke Shaw's been stealing a wage, hasn't he? Stealing a wage. I mean, there's nothing out there about Garnacho at the minute. I mean, he's posed in the new United kit along with Martinez. Rebel, no worries, mate. He's fine. I don't mind doing alone shows. How much do you want then for Garnacho? I know Chelsea are looking at him at the minute. Would people be fine if he went to Chelsea? Let's say Chelsea offer 60 million for Garnacho. Are you guys taking it? Can see Garnacho going to Italy. Yeah, there's a chance. There is a chance Garnacho goes to Italy. But 60 million to another Premier League team, do you think that's fine? Would you sell him to another Premier League team for £60 million? Let me know in the chat, because I wouldn't. I want him to go outside of the Prem. I want him to go somewhere outside of the Premier League. I mean, I don't know what these guys... I've just seen a AFTV post thing, and they've got Garnacho pictured in an Arsenal shirt. I don't think that's going to happen. 65 million plus sell-on clause. Yeah. Garnacho, Ego, Ronaldo, Talon of Traore. Fair enough. Unlike Sancho going Chelsea, Garner would buy us. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. I wouldn't want. Yeah, you have got about. Well, I think they could probably put a team out in every single league that the amount of wingers they've got. To be fair, but yes, I think if we're going to sell Garnacho to a Premier League team, it needs to be above the 60 million. I think we need to get really, really good deal out of that one. My personal opinion. But that's going to wrap things up. Like I said, it might have been a bit messy. I am on my own, so I do apologise. But thank you all for coming and just joining with me. It's fantastic. I like getting your views as well. Hopefully, we'll have more of a conversation when I'm back on. Whether it might be this weekend or possibly next week. Now we'll have to wait and see. Make sure to subscribe. Like I said, we are on the road to 4K, and we will be doing the giveaway once we hit that magical number. If we hit it before the start of the season, we are trying our hardest to get the content out there for you guys. So make sure you do like, share, subscribe, share this with everybody so they can come and see me sweating in this wonderful, wonderful heat. I will let you all go. Enjoy your Friday night, guys. Stay safe and like a nosh.